Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another Access 72 video. Pleasure to be joined again by Danny Quatermaine today. Danny, another big stage for you today, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's great to be top of the bill on GBM's first DAZN show, and an even better occasion. It's for two titles as well.
Do you take that as a massive compliment for them to want to have you on their first DAZN show?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, I haven't looked too much into it, but a few people have sent me through a few screenshots of what they see on DAZN TV. You know, my fight lined up next to Jake Paul and then next to Mayweather, which is great as well, to be on the same platform as these superstars. But yeah, it's another knock on the bedpost, just, you know, another title to pick up, another step along my career, and obviously it's going to propel my career even more by winning these titles as well.
And last time out, it was a step up for you, and it was a title fight for you, and you delivered beyond belief. And do you feel like that fight has, now you've shown you can fight at a high level, it's built your confidence tenfold?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of pressure leading up to that. Obviously, you know, my first 10-rounder, I was scheduled for a 10-rounder for my first title, and in Coventry, very close to my hometown. So there was obviously pressure with that. With this time round, there's probably still just as much pressure. DAZN's featuring it, top of the bill, GBM for another title. So, and my title's on the line as well. So there's even more pressure. But with pressure, I always tend to fight a lot better as well.
Do you deal with nerves well then as well?
Yeah, I'm quite a relaxed kind of guy. As you can see in the press conference, I'm not really one of them trying to kick up a fuss, just quite stay laid back. Even tomorrow I'll be laid back. I won't start thinking about the fight too in depth until probably Saturday morning.
And I suppose weight-wise, is everything always comfortable on that side of things for you?
Yeah, the weight-wise, I've had a new team on board, helping with this as well, and I feel better than ever. Leading up to the camp, you know, we were doing pads earlier in the week. Edwin was complimenting me on how sharp I was, how powerful I still was, even with the weight drop.
And I suppose, how important have you learnt is it to have like a nutritionist and to have people around you like that?
It's about having the right people as well. There's a lot of people out there that are qualified in it. It's about whether they seek it to your individual needs and whether your preferences are right, whether they can adapt that and speak to you on a daily basis about that. And these guys, they definitely have.
How long of a process is it when you are looking for new members to join your team and to help you progress? How long of a process is it to make sure you are finding the right person?
I think it's about the initial conversation to start off with. I think you can seek a lot from what they're like and who they've worked with, etc. And they haven't just barged their way in and said, look, don't do this, don't do that, do this. They've seeked it to how I regularly make weight, how I regularly train, and feature it around that. And if there's anything that I don't like, I don't feel like I can't tell them. I'll tell them, they'll adjust it, and we'll work both ways, and they stay in their lane, which is perfect.
No, that sounds amazing. I suppose, you know, training-wise, do you feel like with every training camp, it might be a cliche thing to say, but with every training camp, it is becoming your best training camp?
I mean, everyone says it, and a fighter's not going to turn around and go, look, I've had a really shit training camp before a fight. Don't get me wrong, there will be things that come up in the future in training camps that you have to overcome. I'm just thankful that for this training camp, there's been nothing in the way. It's been all guns blazing, and the sparring's been great. The lads in the in-house sparring have been amazing, and it's great for them to sort of see the outcome of what Saturday night's going to be like as well.
And when you are sparring guys of a similar level to you, perhaps, a lot of people think that can mean that they straight away can fight at a top level. But what kind of differences are there between, you know, the sparring somebody your level and actually fighting someone your level?
Sparring's different to fighting. I think Edwin will be a big judge of that in terms of the way I spar is completely different to how I fight. But it enables me to work on other attributes of my game that I wouldn't normally work on. I can try things out. Maybe it doesn't go right, maybe it goes wrong. But you know that you've tried it out, you worked it out, and with different opponents, it works out differently. But yeah, it's about having a calibre of sparring as well. You know, I'm currently at a European level, but I want to be pushing on to world level. So sparring means that you're gonna have to get top level sparring to accommodate yourself for that level of fighting. You know, in the past I've sparred Michael Conlon, did 8 rounds with him, and didn't feel out my comfort zone. So for me, it's about getting that high level sparring to accommodate myself ready for that world title level.
And I suppose when you are sparring guys that level and you are experimenting and learning new things, certain fighters, they find a style that works for them and they don't really want to change anything too much. But how important is it for you to keep developing that style?
Yeah, my style keeps developing probably from my amateur days actually. Massively changes. Again, as you turn pro, a lot of people tend to slow down and tweak things and stuff, and we've had the conversations and we don't want to turn it down. We don't want to slow the momentum down. We don't want to slow the intensity down. I aim to perform at a real high intensity throughout the whole fight, and that's what we've been training over these 10 rounds to do. And my style is gradually coming out a little bit more. There's a bit more to my style now than what it was before. And if any people have looked back on my past pro fights, they'll see that every fight gradually changes ever so slightly. And I think against high-level opponents, you need to make sure that you have these different attributes in your style, because you need to be able to adapt, you need to be able to take on different stances, different style of fighters, and that's all experience.
And your opponent, who is coming in on short notice, is somebody who perhaps maybe a little bit of an unknown. He's fought at a high level, but might still be a little bit of an unknown to you. Do you feel like you've been saying, you have to always just kind of be ready for whatever, and a European style of fighter can be very different to a British style of fighter?
Yeah, you got to look at it, 2 titles are on the line for him. I will defend one of mine and go for another one, so he's going to come to fight, he's going to come to win. Fighters have got to take these opportunities, and obviously he has, which I'm thankful for. Us, we wouldn't have had a show to watch, but yeah, he's got names on his list that he's fought in the past, which is exactly what I wanted. The previous opponent who pulled out, he had exactly the same, and that's the kind of type of fighters we want. We want to start picking these fighters that have got a good calibre of fighters on their list, that we can pick them off, fight them, and do one better than what these top level fighters have done.
And when he speaks about his experience and things like that being superior to yours, how do you feel like you can counteract that?
I don't know what his amateur experience is like, but I take a lot of my experience from my amateur experience. I had 89 fights against all top level fighters. Even when I only had 10, 15 fights, I was fighting the elite fighters, fighting lads who are on GB, England, you name it, I've fought them in the UK. And I'm not sure about his amateur experience. I know he's had a few more pro fights than me, but I'm willing to take these sorts of risks, and experience isn't one of the things that I look at, because this fight alone is an experience.
No, indeed. Danny, you seem very confident. I'm going to leave with this final question. Is there anything that you'd like to shout out or promote or anything like that?
Obviously, I'd like to promote my sponsors. They're continuing to support me day in, day out, week in, week out. Whether it be with tracksuits, whether it be with helping with just my gym life, anything I need, they're there to help and to support with. And obviously, as I grow, I'm hoping that their companies will grow with me as well. So a massive thank you to my sponsors, my friends, family, and my girlfriend still at home.
Danny, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Quality. Thank you.